The Jerusalem Old City is one of the most spectacular places in the world. Here are just 5 reasons why. Number 1, the Church of the Holy Spirit. This church is the second holiest site in Christianity after the Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem. It's believed that this is the place where Jesus was crucified and buried, and it was built over the site of his crucifixion and resurrection. The church is huge, but because it was built over a cave, it's not entirely above ground. When you enter the church, you walk down into the cave to see the spot where Jesus was laid to rest. It is very moving to stand in this spot and reflect on the sacrifice that he made for us. The church is also beautifully decorated with mosaics and artwork depicting scenes from the Bible. If you have the opportunity to visit, I highly recommend it. No! 2, the Western Wall. The Western Wall is the only remaining wall of the ancient city of Jerusalem. It was built by King Solomon around 1000 BCE and served as the retaining wall for the Temple Mount. Today, it is the holiest site in Judaism and is a place where Jews from all over the world come to pray. When I visited, I saw people of all ages, from young children to the elderly, coming together to pray at the wall. It's a truly moving sight. You can also leave a prayer written on a piece of paper in a small crack in the wall. I did this too, and it felt like a very meaningful experience. As a non-Jewish person, I was fascinated to learn more about Judaism and the history of the Western Wall. I hope that you get the chance to learn more about this amazing place if you visit. Number 3, the Dome of the Rock. The Dome of the Rock is an Islamic shrine located on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. It was built in the 7th century CE by Caliph Abd al-Malik ibn Marwan, who was the 5th ruler of the Islamic Empire. The dome was built to commemorate the place where Prophet Muhammad began his journey to heaven, known as the Miraj. It's one of the most beautiful buildings in Jerusalem, and its golden dome is a prominent landmark. Non-Muslims are not allowed inside, but you can still appreciate its beauty from the outside. The Dome of the Rock is a symbol of the city's rich history and culture. It stands as a reminder of the importance of Jerusalem to people of all faiths. On my trip to Jerusalem, I got to experience the local markets and food. One of the best things about exploring a new place is trying the local cuisine, and Jerusalem has so much to offer. I started off my culinary journey by exploring the Mahane Yehuda market, which is one of the largest and oldest markets in the city. I tried some delicious falafel, which is a popular Israeli street food. These were crispy on the outside and fluffy inside, and they were perfect with amber sauce. I also got my hands on some fresh pomegranate juice, which was sweet and refreshing, and I couldn't resist the colorful array of spices and dried fruits that lined the market stalls. I picked up some spices to add to my collection, including sumac, which has a tart flavor that's often used in Middle Eastern cuisine. Overall, my experience at the market was fantastic. I love the lively atmosphere and the chance to sample so many different foods and flavors. It's definitely worth a visit if you're in Jerusalem. In addition to the markets, I also got to try some amazing food at restaurants around the city. I started off with some classic hummus, which is a staple of Israeli cuisine. This was creamy and fluffy, and it came with all of the traditional toppings, including crispy garlic, parsley, and pickled onions. I also got my hands on some neifa, which is a traditional cheese or coconut candy dessert made of layers of fried dough, melted cheese, and syrup. It's often served hot with ice cream or yogurt, and it's absolutely delicious. Another dish I tried was shakshuka, which is a Middle Eastern and North African dish of eggs poached in a spicy tomato sauce. This dish is hearty and flavorful, and it's perfect for a satisfying meal. I also got to try some fresh pomegranate, which is a popular fruit in Israel. It is sweet and slightly tart, and it has a unique flavor that I just couldn't get enough of. Overall, my experience with the food in Jerusalem was fantastic. I loved the variety of flavors and the chance to try something new. From the bustling markets to the cozy restaurants, Jerusalem has something to offer every food lover. Finally, I want to talk about the religious and historical harmony that I experienced in Jerusalem. It was truly amazing to be in a place where people of different faiths come together in peace. I visited sites that are sacred to all three major religions, including the Church of the Holy, the Western Wall, and the Dome of the Rock. I learned about the history and significance of each site, and I was struck by the beauty and serenity of each place. I also got to speak with people from different faiths and backgrounds, and I was inspired by their stories and their commitment to their beliefs. It was a privilege to witness the religious harmony that exists in Jerusalem, and I hope that it serves as a model for the rest of the world. If you're planning a trip to Jerusalem, I highly recommend exploring the Old City. There's something there for everyone. Thanks for watching, and I hope you get the chance to visit this amazing place.